Hey, 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 what's up, my loves and fellow creatives? Can y'all hear me? Let me know. Let me know. I think we just had a little bit of a technical issue. I just want to make sure y'all can hear me now. Let's see who we have in the building. What's up, Michelle, Alicia, Nyla, Mashonda, TMP Customs? Yes, y'all can hear me. Awesome, awesome. I'm out here at beautiful sunset. I'm not going to be on here long tonight. I said that last night. Listen, y'all have 15 minutes to share this video. Tell people to get in the room. If we have 100 live views on YouTube, they have to be live views, then I will give away a seat to the challenge, the Shopify challenge. That's at the end of this month. It's $297. If you happen to already have purchased the challenge, then I will give you a credit in the academy. Okay. What's good, Tampa Barbecue Queens? I was actually talking about you today. It is gorgeous. I had to get by some water, y'all, because I told y'all for the next few days, I'm not going to be doing a whole lot of activity. I'm doing a lot of activity, but not a whole lot of public activity. I am planning for our new season for the academy. Okay. Like literally planning out how everyone is going to be able to scale their businesses, get the skills that you need, get the help that you need, the help that we need, because we all need some help. We were talking about that today as well. So tonight, I told you yesterday we were going to talk about our, what did we say? We were talked about yesterday. We talked about giving ourselves grace. We talked about being grateful, showing gratitude, right? And then we wanted to get to goals, but we got a little tied up. And I was there for a little longer than the 15 minutes I told you I was going to be there. So tonight, we're going to talk about the goals. Okay. So what I need from you in the comments, I need for you all to tell me what does designing your life look like? Okay. What does designing your life look like? What are some of the goals that you have and that you want to see accomplished? You don't have to put a timeline on them. A lot of times, our timelines of what is realistic is actually just an excuse for us to limit the amount of work and effort we put in. So we're not going to give it timelines, okay? If I told you I wanted to be a millionaire and I say, I want to be a millionaire in 10 years, what's to stop me from being a millionaire today? Only the fact that I gave myself 10 years to do it. So don't worry about the time and don't even worry about the how. Let's just set the goals and let's find out who, not how, we can put the right people in place to get you to your goals, okay? So, y'all are going to tell me your goals. We're going to talk about some of the who's in those spaces to help you achieve those goals. Sometimes I might be your who, some of the times I won't be your who, but I will definitely help you find that who, okay? So let's do this. I'm going to share with you some of my goals in the life that I'm designing right now. Literally, let me tell y'all where I am and what kind of day I had today. I'm like super smiling right now because I forgot to tell y'all how special today was. So I'm here in Tampa and I got to spend the day with one of my mentors, Myron Golden. And I, listen, one of the things that I could say is a plus, a bonus, a check, I made it without having to need a trophy or um, a prize or any type of money was literally my mentor was excited for me to consult with him today. Can y'all imagine that? Like literally someone who you look up to and seek help from is excited to see how you can be of service and how you can really help in their brand, in their movement. Like that was a phenomenal feeling to me. So I'm going back I'm working on some stuff tomorrow, and then I'm going back on Wednesday to have another meeting. Um, y'all, it's just everything is coming full circle. I'm gonna come sit over here by this fire. Hold on, y'all. Let me grab my shoes. I just went for a walk by the water for I think it probably was a little over an hour. By the water, by the fire pit now out here. So I might look like I'm glowing. If it starts getting too hot and I start burning up, y'all know your girl will be gone. But it's kind of cooling off and the fire is nice. Okay, so yeah, I could get used to this. Let me tell y'all something about designing your life. Sometimes we don't know what things we want to put into our lives to develop this design, develop the ideal situation of what we want to see and what we want to experience. So it takes being around people who have certain experiences and certain knowledge to understand what it is that we like and don't like. Okay. Jennifer, somebody was playing Myron's videos. Yes. So if y'all don't know who Myron is, look up Myron Golden. He is a phenomenal mentor, phenomenal business coach. And that's who I had the opportunity to work with today, and I'll be working with on Wednesday. So part of designing my life, and I'm gonna tell y'all, part of designing my life is this: me wearing t-shirts and bikie shorts is my uniform all day, every day. That is one of the things that I teach, whether to do something or do not want to do something. So, for instance, it's a plane going by. If I told you that someone offered me a position and I have to dress up and wear suits and heels and stuff every day, it's not gonna be my cup of tea. I don't want to worry about what to wear every day. When I wake up, I want to get to work. I want to work on what's creatively in my mind. I want to have peace and quiet. I want to control my environment, and then I want to get out when I want to get out. Okay, so by design, that's my ideal situation. Some of you like may love to be out and about, and maybe you like busy scenes and cityscapes and all of that stuff. That's not me. I literally came out here to be by water, and I made sure that what I was doing was putting me in a position to be at peace so that I could think the certain way that I want to think. And so that I can be creative and I can work in my creative genius. So once we start understanding how we operate in the type of energy that we are, we can start to create the environments that are best for us to flourish in those environments. Right? So that's why I ask y'all to design your life, because you want to know what it is that you like as well as what you don't like. Right? So many of you can tell me what you don't like. Oh, I want to exit my 9 to 5. I want to fire my job. That's all cool. But what do you replace it with? If you don't know what you want, how can you tell where you're going to go next? Okay. Right. So tell me some of your goals and let's talk through them. Let's see how we can get to those goals as soon as possible. Because the whole thing about success is time based. It's time based. It's not energy based. It is time based. So if we say you want to be a millionaire, you can be a millionaire by working 20 years, or you can be a millionaire in a single month. So it's time based. So let's figure out how to get you to your goals as quick as possible with the resources that are going to get you there efficiently. Okay. All right, Christy. First and foremost, not to have to worry about how my bills will be paid. Okay, so then if that's first, which that is a big deal, how your bills will be paid, that means you need to have more than one source of income coming in. So if you're working right now, 9 to 5, perfect. Like, I never tell y'all to be mad at your jobs. Your jobs are your number one investors, okay? So don't be mad at the JOBs yet. Don't be mad at the just over brokes just yet, okay? When you're ready to fire your job, it'll be a beautiful day, okay? But until then, stick with it. Use it as your number one investor. But you need multiple streams of income, okay? So if you don't want to worry about how the bills are paid, let's get a stream of income coming in for what is it that you are selling right now, Christy? What are your products that you're selling or you're making? And I see that you want to help others too. So you know how I feel about leading with service. Being a service leader, a service-based leader, is 100% my philosophy. So I love that too. And I know there's a little delay here. Y'all make sure that you get 100 people on here so we can give away one of the seats to the Shopify challenge. All right, so a lot, Christy, right now, figuring out how to get curtains, pillows, shirts, and art. Okay, great. So that means that you should have a Shopify store if you don't already. You should have an Etsy store if you don't already, right? That's first and foremost. Get the sales coming in. You should be listing on your Facebook Marketplace. You should be posting on your Instagram, your TikTok, your Facebook. You should be showing off your talent, your skills, your gifts, and your products every single day. Every single day. Okay? So once you can kind of sustain a certain income, and then the other thing is get some testimonials. If you can get testimonials, other people can sell your products 10 times easier than you selling them yourself, because someone will believe another person's experience with you way more than they'll believe you telling them you can do the thing that you're telling them you can sell and do. Okay? All right, awesome. So, Christy, you joined the challenge through the Shopify. Yes, let's get it going. So, that's one of the first things. Then you're going to have to drive traffic to your Shopify. Shopify doesn't just pop up and give you traffic. So, you're going to have to promote on your social media. You're going to have to make sure that people in your local area as well as online know what you do. Ooh, Shopify has a special going on right now with $1 a month for 3 months. Keisha, that's amazing, because right now, I think it's around about $30 a month, and then they usually give you like a 14-day free trial. So if you're able to do it for $3 for 90 days, if in 90 days you can't make yourself $30 a month on Shopify, you're doing something wrong. You didn't follow the blueprint to the challenge. Okay? So let's get it going. We are going to have someone come in and talk about marketing, Facebook marketing for Shopify. I think that's going to be really powerful. Okay. Another one of the things that I wanted to do was I wanted to make sure that I am not physically tied down to any place or anything. Okay. So when I design my life, more recently, I trust me, I have designed and redesigned and redesigned and redesigned my life, so it doesn't stop. What happens is you get understanding of what you like and what you don't like, and you can shift, just like you can shift your identity, you can shift your circumstances, you can shift your environments. It is really up to your design. That's why I want y'all to know that the same way we Photoshop and design and other things, we can do the same thing with our lives. We just don't know it yet because we haven't given ourselves the permission to have that power. But you have it. Tampa Barbecue Queens, you're looking to buy an RV so you can be mobile and travel freely. I love that. And you can also still do, like, you can still do physical pop-up shops and travel. That's actually a really big deal and something that could be very lucrative, especially if you want to travel. Okay. That's something y'all are interested in doing. I know some people asked me about it, and I was thinking of doing some modules in the academy about doing the pop up shops and the travel, and basically what you need to bring, what type of inventory, what type of what your computer setup needs to be, all of that stuff, because it's easy to forget one little thing and not be able to do anything while you're there on set. um, whether you need generators and tents and tables and all of that stuff. Yep. You have to change your environment. So that's what I want you to do. Design your life, figure out what type of environment do you want to be in, and then figure out what type of environment do you need to be in to get to that environment. So, for instance, where I am now, I didn't know that mentors existed in my space, especially, as entrepreneurs. I've been seeking education my whole life. Yeah, I got about 12 degrees. Latest one is a PhD in engineering that watches me make t-shirts on YouTube for a living. Imagine that. And I'm not down in that education, because what that education taught me is that I can teach myself anything, absolutely anything, and I can teach myself mastery of absolutely anything. What it also taught me is that when I'm teaching myself something, it takes a lot longer, it takes more effort, it takes more energy. So as I got to where I no longer wanted to be the person that said, I could do that, I could do that, I could do that, and running from here to there, finding ways that I can do that. I'm never wrong when I say I can do something. But what I must realize is it worth the time, the energy, the effort, the resources to put towards that thing? Okay. I have now come to realize that there are people that do things better than me in different areas that can either show me the way or they can be the way for me. And now I'm learning and living life. I'm designing my life differently. I no longer want to be the one that's up till 2 o'clock in the morning working on projects. I don't want to do that. I haven't done that in so long. And that is by design. I chose to do it in the first place because I really loved what I was doing. I love creating, right? So I would be up to 2 a.m. for a client. Now, that's not what I enjoy doing. I enjoy sleeping. I enjoy waking up when I want to wake up. I enjoy being in any environment that I wish to be in. But it doesn't come without the understanding of where you want to be so that you can map out the path to that place. And it involved me investing in mentorship. It involved me going to these conferences and meeting these phenomenal people. Y'all, I can be online all day. As soon as I'm physically in the room with somebody that told me they had $1 million day, you think that doesn't change my. So I want us to understand that in order for us to be on the right path and know that we're on the right path, we also have to know precisely where we want to go. And yes, that can change, but you need to start somewhere. And if we can't start with a goal, we can't go anywhere. All right, so y'all tell me some more of your goals so I can help y'all, because I'm not going to be here too long. We didn't get all our shares. And plus, it's getting dark. And as nice as this fire is, we are still in the outdoors. And you see how it done got dark on me. So if I can't see something popping out the bushes, it's time to go. All right, I see, I see. DJ Shield says, as the president of my local chamber of commerce, I can tell you that you're correct. Find a mentor or a coach to help guide you to your goals, y'all. And then the thing is, don't expect somebody to do everything for you or to do anything for you. Literally, just giving someone your time and energy as a mentor is invaluable. Okay, it's something that is priceless. So if someone is willing to offer you that, and even if they have a price, pay that price. Y'all, I can't tell you how much that I've been able to have access to by just paying the price, getting in the room, and being around the people that can show me what it is that I need to see. Jennifer, you got a BS degree in what is that? Is it industrial engineering? I have a PhD in industrial engineering. As a matter of fact, I was telling Myron that today. He was like, "You have a PhD, right?" I was like, "Yeah." I also have a background in textiles, product development, fashion design. I did journalism for a little while. I also know how to do like 3D design and prototyping, 3D printing. Um, I made things out of carbon fiber. I did molding. I did some work with nanotechnology. You name it. If it's something I was interested in or something I was around, I was elevated by it. So that's why I say I can't discount my experiences, because a lot of what I had on me, which was my Photoshop experience, took me to so many different places, even in engineering, even in tech. That's why I tell you that regardless is still have a core, a high level skill that you can take with you in anywhere. So because I had confidence in that one thing, I felt like I could conquer anything. So somebody asked me like, "Hey, can you design?" It was a brain. The brain, Taung, Tong was the name of this primate. And it was a brain that was a piece of fragment of this brain. And it was going to be a National Geographic and everything. And the whole idea was that they had a piece of this brain, but they needed to be able to scan it in 3D so that they could estimate what the mass of that brain would be, because like, uh, this is finding something that never existed before. This is literally like National Geographic content in my hand, as this piece of a brain. Well, I was able to 3D scan this brain and take the existing data and propagate what the other hemisphere of that brain might look like, to basically estimate what this brain would look like, what the volume would look like, so that they could compare it to other primates have been discovered. So we could tell, is this one of the first primates and brains that had ever been discovered of this kind. I think, I have never gone back to like look up the article, but I need to look it up. The primate's name was Tong, Taung. I'll look it up. Maybe I'll get a chance to show y'all that someday. But I'm literally just this. I had a master. I was working on my master's degree in my while my bachelor's. That's fabrics, y'all. In the fashion design, school fashion design, textiles, product development, um, merchandising and retail. Right. So that's the department I'm in. I'm literally recruited by the engineering department because I like technical fabrics. I was wondering, how do bulletproof fibers work? How does Kevlar, how does Teflon work? How do glass fibers work? Like, yes, these are um, fabrics, but they are technical in some sort. So I like form and function. I like to build stuff. I built my own sofas, so forth, so on. I could go on and on. Fashion shows, all of that stuff. Like, y'all, my fun is to work. My fun is to make stuff. So that opportunity brought me to this engineering school. They paid me to get my master's degree in engineering. At the same time, I was getting my bachelor's and master's degree in textiles. I never understood why these opportunities would come to me at that time. And it's because when opportunity comes and you're prepared, that's where the success happens. So I literally got a full ride scholarship for my master's degree, for my PhD. They actually paid me to go to school to learn these things. And it's only because of having a skill set that put me in that place. So I say that to give you an idea that the wealth that you want and the freedom that you want is going to come with you being good and proficient and really honing in on at least a skill. Okay, a skill, whether it's going to be the Photoshop and or some of you it's sales, some of you it's actually systems and organizing business, but for most of you it's the creative side. So you're going to have to be so great at that skill that it's giving you the confidence, the competence in order to walk in the light of that person who can be a specialist in something. All right? That's where it comes from. So that's why you can see these people that tell you, oh, I just jumped into this space and now I'm a millionaire. I'm not telling y'all I'm doing this because um, I just got into this. I'm telling you that these years of my experience, these years of what I've devoted my energy and my mind to have come full circle and given me the proper place and positioning, because it's all about positioning, to make the most of my talents. Now, where I could have used a mentor, where I could have used someone to help me, is to say, hey, Shannon, it shouldn't have taken you 14 years to use this Photoshop experience. I could have done that straight out of high school. I was helping people learn Photoshop straight out of high school. I was creating fashions and sending them all over. You talk about e-commerce. I was e-commerce when there was only eBay. Okay. There was no Shopify. There was no YouTube. And I didn't realize that these were skills that I was developing that I could have helped other people and sold those skills very early on. I didn't realize that I could have had a mentor that helped me to do these things and get to where I wanted to be faster. So now that I understand that, I'm going to want it years to get to this position of earning six figures or even seven figures. I want you to get there faster than me. That's going to be a heck of a testimonial for me. I want to be I want to be your hero. I want to be embedded in your story of what you tell people and why you tell people you are successful. I want to see you there. All right. So that's why I say I want y'all to tell me your goals so I can help y'all out. Let's see. Stay focused, get orders out quicker, eat healthy, work out, learn Photoshop. Okay, Valerie, those are excellent goals. Get orders out quicker. Some of the ways that you can get orders out quicker is to have a good intake system where when people order, they're dropping their files, they're dropping their source image to you, they're typing in what words they want, they're telling you what colors they want. Boom. That's it. The input system, they're not text messaging you one thing and then Instagramming you somewhere else. And then they're in your Facebook Messenger because they got a Facebook picture they want you to put on a shirt. So they done Facebook inbox you a screenshot from Facebook. All of those ways, like basically you streamline your input, it's going to definitely help you get your work out quicker. And it's going to create less errors. So human error is what we want to eliminate when it comes to proofing something. Does it have misspellings? Does it look the way the customer wanted? Is it meeting their and exceeding their expectations? Right? That's all a part of getting work out quicker and not having to rework stuff too. So absolutely. And you already know we got you on learning the Photoshop. I might have y'all on working out. I'm gonna check with my trainer and see if he's willing to let me record my sessions or do my sessions live with y'all, because I might just do it only live. And that way if y'all want to work out when I'm working out, you'll be there. Okay. I'll see if I can get that going. And as far as eating healthy, I told y'all coach for that. Like literally, I'm telling y'all the who's, not the hows. I'm telling you the who's, not the hows. Eating healthy, look up Dr. Bobby Price. Y'all see I done trimmed down a good old little 15 pounds or whatnot. I'm going a little further. But I did that by doing a cleanse. I've been eating plant-based, right? And just taking my health more seriously. Like I want the rest of my life to be the best of my life, period. All right, Demetrius, I want to leave my 9 to 5 in 3 years, focus on my business. Okay. You sell t shirts, custom items, printing services, and you want to sell more. I want my business not to stress me out daily. Okay, listen. So here's one of the big goals. You want to work on the business and not in the business. And in order to do that, we definitely want systems in place. Okay. So to get those systems in place, you want to first of all recognize what are your MWAs, minimum wage activities. Like I said, we're working on the who's, not the hows. I want you to identify the things that basically are taking up time that you could pay somebody $10 to $15 an hour to do, and still get the work done, right? So that might be pressing t-shirts, that might be answering emails, that might be reaching out to other people, like actually going to schools and saying, hey, like, this is my package, I'm wondering, we're a local business, if you'd be interested in using our business for your next sporting event, or your next church event that you have going on. We make t-shirts, flyers, banners, etc. Right. So those are people that you need. Who's, not hows. Because if you get the right who's in place, then you can grow the business without it stretching you, and that's what you want to do. Now, I've done it both ways. I've actually cut off a lot of services because I don't want it stretching me, and until I find the right who's that can help me in the way that I need help, I'm not going to offer something that's going to stress me out. Just what it is. Okay. So even where I am right now, I'm looking for who's. If y'all are my who's, who the who, holla at me. Let me know. If you're my who's and you're like, Shannon, I can see you need help with XYZ. I'm kind of that one when it comes to that. Like, holla at me. Can I show you how I can be of service to you? If y'all really want to get your mentor's attention, and I'm talking about any mentor, show where your value is, how you can add value to your mentor, and I promise you, you won't go unnoticed. Even if they don't take it right then, it won't go unnoticed. The very first time I got a chance to sit down with Myron, it was at a dinner, and y'all afforded me that opportunity to sit down because I was supposed to do a challenge day with you all, and y'all told me, no, go have dinner with Myron. Let us know how it goes. Be great. We know you're gonna bring the greatness back, right? And at that dinner, I was not like, oh, Myron, this is my business. These are my problems. Solve my problems. I know I'm sitting here at dinner with you, but I just want to eat up all of your time and energy. I talked nothing about my business. I didn't volunteer anything about my business. I volunteered like, oh, well, Myron, I see this is what you do. And wouldn't it be wonderful if you had your own XYZ, and this is how this could happen. I pull up on my phone some images of some examples of what can be done. Myron takes the phone out of my hand, is like scrolling. He's like, "Oh, my apologies. I took your phone right out of your hand." And I'm like, "It's okay." I'm like, love someone engaged in something that I was able to spark. Y'all don't get this. I love seeing y'all post in the academy or in the innate creatives group, seeing what you were doing. I love that. It really gives me joy because that's my purpose. So for my mentor at that point in time to be like excited and taking my phone and scrolling on it is amazing to me. And that was several months ago. Here we are now, and I'm actually doing consulting, for a project, or maybe even several projects. But it's because, oh, I didn't tell y'all that was also one of the reasons why I was able to get on a private jet with Myron and one of my other business partners now. That I met one of my business partners now on a private jet with Myron Golden after basically offering to be of service and how can I help? I want to flow. Y'all, I want to flow. That's where I am right now. Like, that's the design that I want for my life. I want to flow. I want to be wherever I want to be without having to answer to anyone and ask permission from anyone. That's the life. I mean, I'm not to the point where I want this Ferrari and this mansion and all that stuff yet. I mean, maybe one day I'll get there, but that's not what I want. I just want to help. I want to help people. I want to be of service. I want to build, and I want to help other people build. And that makes me happy. So I'm doing the work that it takes to basically be able to do that. As Gotcha, Jennifer. Okay, so we twinning over here with degrees in engineering. Shauna, you don't need a graphic design degree, love. Can I tell y'all something? With the level that I know how to do in graphics, I don't think I've ever even taken a Photoshop class. I took a screen printing class that had like a small component that was Photoshop, but I actually ended up teaching people in that class more than they taught me. It's not required. I will tell you this, that no, that people are not going to tell you. 90% of what you want to do in life, a degree is not required for. even if you wanted to be in that industry, if your goal is to be the CEO of that thing, like let's say it's the healthcare industry, right? If your goal is to be the CEO and not the doctor or the nurse, you don't need the degree. That's what they're not telling you. And this is coming from somebody who sought every degree at every level. Y'all, after I got my PhD, I was aiming to get a second business degree. And I was just like, wait a minute, I don't need to major in everything in order to do this stuff in life. So I never majored in graphics or digital design, anything like that. But I made sure that I taught myself how to do it and I got the resources. I learned from the help files. Y'all, back then, there were no YouTubes or anything like that. I learned from the help files of Photoshop. We didn't even have a book to learn Photoshop. Help files. I went help and then the topics for the help, and I went through every section of that help file in order to, so you can't tell me that we can't do something that we want to do. I learned a whole program off of the help files. I got this. You can do this. I am certain of it. And if you're not certain of it, borrow my confidence until you get your own confidence, okay? Because if you borrow my confidence, and especially if you're in this academy and you see yourself doing the work, you see yourself doing the Photoshop, you finally start putting the time and the effort in, come to the live classes. Come to the live classes. There is no creative left behind. Y'all hear me? The live classes on Wednesdays, I told y'all this the other day, there is a correlation between the people who come to the live classes and those who learn Photoshop faster. There's also happens to be a correlation between, because the VIP costs more than the standard, the people that pay more attention. I didn't think about that correlation, but that is a correlation indeed. Yeah, this little flame seems like it's trying to get me. It's blowing in the wind over here. I might be spitting too much fire. It's trying to get close to me. Oh Lord. Let's go. Alicia, I don't know. TAUNG, I don't know. So you've been researching, you looked it up. The brain thing. Oh, y'all been commenting. I see you. Mm. Your volunteer titles took up more time than your paid titles. Let me tell you something about that. Many of my opportunities in life came from what I chose to do for free. And I'm going to tell you this because at first people thought I was crazy because I used to, one of my first jobs in high school was working at the school board, which is supposed to be this prestigious job. Like only like 5 students a year got to work for the school board. It didn't matter to me. It was still minimum wage. I didn't understand what's so exciting about it. I guess it's because they trusted you enough to be around, like, the administrative staff and that sort of thing. So the school board. I would take off from the school board to go volunteer at the local community center with my little baby badasses. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. I loved them to life because it gave me an opportunity to be a servant leader, right? So what ended up happening was I spent so much time with those kids. Y'all would take off time. I would actually lose money to go work with the kids, and then I would spend my money buying supplies for the kids. So I would buy arts and crafts. I would show them how to make clothes. We used to cut up jeans and paint the jeans, paint the sneakers. I would buy trucker caps, and then they would paint the custom trucker caps and stuff. So I was showing them how to do everything I was doing to make money on eBay. Y'all, this is so crazy that this is basically all full circle. I've been doing this stuff. I just didn't recognize how intense it was in all points of my life. So I would spend money. I just lose, not working. I would spend money to go volunteer for free. What happened was eventually I got to where I was getting ready to, pick up some hours at a different job. And they said, you know what, Shannon, these kids love you. Let's write a grant. Let's make up some money. Let's create some money so that you can stay in these kids' lives because you're making a positive impact. So when I tell you that your creativity is your superpower, I'm not playing with you. It's everything you need it to be. Whatever vision that you have, stick to that vision, keep working, and God is the one providing. He's going to give you the provision to make it. I promise you, you will not ever have a vision that God hasn't already put into place or given you the resources that you need to make that vision come true. Sooner we realize that, the sooner we are operating in our path and our power and our passion and our purpose. Ooh, that was a lot. That was a lot of P's. I think I might need to roll that one back. I'm telling you. So then that turned into a job. Not only did it turn into a job, but y'all, I was getting paid $8.50. Maybe it probably wasn't even that because I think at the time, and then they paid a little bit more if you work for the school board, like $8.50, when everybody else was getting paid seven something. So it was supposed to be some special that I was taking off time for. All right. So then they wrote me a grant where they were paying me like $20 an hour for 20 hours a week. Yeah, there wasn't even 20 hours a week that I could spend with the kids. They were only there for maybe 50 hours a week at the most because a lot of them would stay after just to spend time with me. So I was getting paid way more to do something that I love to do because I created an opportunity just by showing my value. If y'all could understand that your value is there, if you just have somewhere where you could show off your value, you're going to create the money. Just stick with your craft. Stick with your gift and what it is that you have to share and be a servant leader. I was leading through serving and it created a way. I'll tell you another way this happened. I was Lockheed Martin PhD program. I love Lockheed Martin. It was a great place to work. Very, once again, supposed to be a prestigious situation where you being an intern here means that you medic you in for a job when you want it. Like you prove yourself at this stage and you have endless opportunities, especially in engineering, right? I'm at Lockheed Martin and like I created opportunities there just by showing off Photoshop skills, showing how fast I could work, showing how I could create solutions that they didn't even know they needed. Like I created a whole, I don't even remember how I learned how to use Access, but you know, there's Excel, there's Microsoft, PowerPoint, all of that. I created something in Access that automated the looking up the prices and replacing and finding replacement parts for things. Like I made some stuff up that they never saw before. Instead of a regular PowerPoint presentation, I made an interactive workbook in PowerPoint that when somebody got the answer wrong, they would ask the answer question wrong, would take them to this page, vert them to another page if they got it right, and it would actually sequence people through learning. And I created novel educational materials while I was there. Every time I did something like that, they were like, "Wow, Shannon, we didn't know you could do this. Can you? What can you do with this project? What can you do with that project?" I created a space so much so that they didn't want to let me go when I wanted to leave. I used to take off from that. Y'all getting paid $23 an hour as a graduate student, right? Which is that's supposed to be really good, right? They would say you can work up to 30 hours, Shannon. If you really want to work more, let us know and we'll make exceptions. I was like, nah. So this is how you're gonna tell when something's conflicting with your actual spirit, right? So I could have made a lot more money working 30 hours a week. I chose to work only 20 hours because I was like, I felt like I was putting too much time towards that and not enough time towards developing my inventions and my ideas and my dissertation and things that I really wanted to evolve and work on, right? So once again, I chose to do the thing that paid me nothing in order to invest in the thing that I wanted to be my everything. And my question to you tonight is, what is your everything? What is your everything? What does it look like? What is the life that you want to design? What do you want to do with your brain? What do you want your mind to be on all day or for the majority of the day? I know we can't control a lot of things, but there are also a lot of things we can control. What do you want to control? What do you want to see? And then you give yourself permission to put that power in your own hands. No, if you're waiting on somebody else to allow you to do it, you in the wrong position. Position yourself. And by positioning yourself, I mean get your confidence up, get your competence up. Those go hand in hand. And then I want you to get to where you're congruent. So confidence, competence, congruence. And then work on your circumference. Your circumference is who am I around? How am I evolving? And how am I growing? What does my circle look like? Audit your circle. Get it together. If somebody's in the circle and if you're number one, if you are the biggest and the baddest and the smartest in your circle, you're in a cage. You're captive. You're not going to grow. Get in some uncomfortable positions that force you to learn, force you to grow, force you to see things with your own eyes. And you'll start to find that those very same people that are growing are not in a position where they're going to criticize you for wanting to invest in a mentorship. They're not going to that are looking at you crazy when you work just as many hours for yourself as you work for somebody else's job just over broke. They will understand what you're doing. They will encourage you to keep going. That's what you need. That's your circumference. You need to audit that circle. I'm telling y'all, we got to start defining. Y'all, somebody just sneezed all the way from a whole nother hotel, 3 hotels away. I just want to say bless you because it was kind of loud. And I hope the sneeze cloud don't come this way. Y'all, I hate smelling somebody sneeze cloud. I want to punch them in the throat. If I smell this, one time I was at the airport and somebody sneezed, and it was one of those kind of sneezes. And I heard it. And then I saw it. I saw the sneeze cloud. And I tried to hurry up. At the time we didn't have to wear the mask. I tried to hurry up and find my mask because I saw the sneeze cloud. And I tried to grab my mask and I didn't put it on in time. And I smelled that sneeze cloud. I wanted to die right there, y'all. Like, I know that's off topic, but listen, y'all, be responsible with your sneezes. Don't do all that with particles all over the place. That thing was funky. And she sneezed again. And we're in the line, like, where it's meandering back and forth. Like, it's packed with people. Other people were smelling the sneeze cloud. You can see everybody's faces was frowned up. If you got sneezes like that, you need to control that. I don't know if I'm talking to somebody tonight, but my God, I can't do sneeze clouds. Anyway, back to regular schedule business. I love y'all. Y'all accept me for my tangents as well. So so yeah, I think we went over some goals here. I want to challenge you all tonight. What what is your everything? What would you give everything to do, to see, to put into play? What would you give for that? I want to know what it looks like too. Like, there's too many times I can tell y'all too many stories in life where I have really given up. Like, I've given up like social life in college. The only thing that I did socially, the clubs that I like to go to were like clubs where we were doing things in business, or the fashion design club, or I always love to be surrounded by people with similar interests and passions as me, because it gives a certain type of energy, right? I went to the club. Don't get me wrong. I went to the clubs a few times, whatever. I'll be the one looking mad because I don't like to dance or my feet hurt wearing them high heels and stuff. Listen, I would give that up. So people say like, oh, well, I never had the typical college life. I never had that partying kind of, live my young life, mess up a whole bunch, and hopefully I get it back together so I can get my GPA together. I didn't have that kind of life. I don't regret not having that kind of life. I was willing to sacrifice whatever everybody else thought was fun to do things that I felt developed me. And the thing about it is, I still had my fun. That's what I want y'all to realize. You're going to have your fun if you get the focus where you need it to be. Then you won't have to play 10 hours of video games to release your mind from what it is that you don't want to do. You won't have to go binge watch on Netflix for 20 hours because you don't want to think about what you're doing at work. You will be happy in your element, in your work, in your focus, in your purpose. It works like that. It works just like that. That's why I can work 80 hours for myself way easier than I can work 40 hours. Y'all never even, I can't even lie about them 40 hours. I ain't never worked 40 hours. Up to 30 hours or more. And I'm like, I'm good at 20. I'm cool on 20. or 20 hours for somebody else don't feel like me working 80 hours for myself. I'm being real. And if that's not, like, be honest about the life you want to design. Like, some of us are not going to be the ones that are putting things into place and inventing stuff and innovating solutions. Some of us love to support other people. Like, I'm in the position in life right now where I actually am enjoying supporting other people. Like, I want to actually help take other people's businesses and have a partnership where I own part of that business and I help them build the business rather than building all of these things by myself. It's not my interest as much anymore because I know how I can help others, right? So that's what I want you all to get into your system, get out of your head, put it on paper, and let me know what the design of your life looks like so we can focus on these goals. Okay? Don't just tell me you want to have a six-figure year. I'm tired of hearing that. I need you to define some very specifics about what you want to see in life, what you want to experience, what you want your family dynamic to look like. Do you want your kids to be homeschooled because you're tired of the school system miseducating your kids? What do you want to see? And then I can help you figure out how to see that. Okay? So no more generic goals. I don't want those anymore. Tired of them. Okay? I want to help y'all be specific. Okay? Reach your specific goals. Facebook ads and create funnels. Okay, Joyce, I'm actually creating funnels now. So if you want to learn how to create funnels, I will have a course for that. Bobby, you in Tampa? Davis Legacy, I hear you. You know how many people were able to, how many ladies were able to retire their husbands since COVID? Like, literally created businesses. Their husbands saw how well the businesses were going, and they were able to quit their job, retire their husbands, so that the husbands were at home doing some woodworking and running to the post office, shipping supplies, all of that stuff. Okay. It's not only possible, it's probable. You get in the right room around the right people who have the right information, it is no longer a possibility, it is a probability. And the only thing that gives it a high probability and a certainty is if you're gonna do the work. Okay? Because you're gonna have the information, but are you gonna do the work? All right. Okay, so I told you I was giving y'all 15 minutes. It has been 55 minutes. I love y'all. So Tampa Barbecue Queens, I see you. I see your specific goals: homeschooling, successful online business, traveling, coaching, crafting, herbalist. I love it. Well, you already know you in the right place for all of that. Love it. More information on the cleanse, go to drbobbyprice.com. And you could do / Dr. Shanon, and that's Shanon with one N, so SHANON. And it gives me like a small affiliate, but I don't even care if you get the affiliate. Just go to drbobbyprice.com. And if you are serious about doing the cleanse, taking your health into priority, like, obviously, changed my life. And this is something that's, he's got a challenge coming on at the end of this month. I think it's around the 23rd, 22nd. A challenge where it's a 7-day challenge, just like I do challenges. He has a health challenge coming up. So y'all be on the lookout for that. drbobbyprice.com. Go follow him on Instagram. Also, I believe you can look up Dr. Bobby Price, but his handle is Dr. Holistic, DOCTOR Holistic with an H. And tell him I sent you. Go ahead and let him know that Shanon sent you. Okay. Cham, for beginners, where do I start with your program? You could start with the membership. So there's a $50 a month membership where you get access to the templates, Photoshop, the recorded classes that we've done. And if you want to do the live classes on Wednesday, where someone is there, Coach Chrissy's there on Wednesdays to, like, literally pull you through the whole Photoshop template. It's usually about an hour and a half a class, but you have a finished product. When I say a finished t-shirt design, by the end of class, it's done. Y'all talking about it's up and it's stuck, it's done. by the end of class, so that every single week you have a new template, a new design that you can advertise on your social media. If you all came to class every single time it was a class, you would have 50 designs in a year, because you would be making something new every week. You will have no excuse not to have any type of increased skill in Photoshop. Now, we also have the Craft to Quit program, where you get the Photoshop, you get the live classes in Photoshop, which is a VIP program. That's $97. If y'all let me know if you're interested, I will do a special on the Craft to Quit program, because that one teaches you the business principles plus the Photoshop. Okay. Oh, Zena, love you too, babe. You're welcome. Just thank you for being who you are, being transparent always, because that's how I'm able to get through to you all. I can't be out here faking it. I gotta let y'all know. This is my goal. This is more of my goal. The impact is more of my goal than the income, just so y'all know. Absolutely. Absolutely. I would encourage you to do it. Health issues, definitely consult your physician, all that good stuff they tell you to say. But absolutely taking your health into account as priority and not just an option is going to change your life for sure. Focus, consistency, and follow through. I need all of them in a big way. Come on, LaShonda, that's where we at. That's what we're doing. All right, my loves. I'm heading out. If y'all need anything, y'all know where to find me, the academy.nalab.com. Thank you, E. I appreciate that. That's where you're going to find the memberships. That's where you're going to find the classes. This challenge that's coming up, the Shopify challenge. The Shopify challenge is actually going to teach you a little bit of Photoshop. Then you're going to learn how to set up your Shopify store. And we're even going to talk about some marketing for your Shopify store. You don't want to miss this challenge. If you've already done the Shopify challenge, this one is actually going to be a totally different template. And you're going to want to do this one. Okay? Just saying. All right, my loves. Well, I appreciate y'all. I love you dearly. And until next time, bye. Love y'all. Peace, peace, peace. Take it easy. And I'll see y'all tomorrow, because I still have a few more days of this 30-day challenge. And I refuse to give away a $25,000 Inner Circle membership for the free 99 just because I'm scared to go live every day. So face your fears, get yourself out there, do the work, and set your goals. Okay? I love y'all.